to Katrina's Creations. This is episode 259. And if you are a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by. And we do have a lot of new viewers, just looking at the number of subscribers that are going up. I do a giveaway every time we hit another 100 subscribers. So we're actually only 42 people away from our next giveaway. So hopefully that'll be in the next couple of weeks. We actually have a lot of giveaways coming up in the next couple of weeks because we have some other things going on, which I will tell you about as we go through the video. If you're a return viewer, thank you so much for coming by each week and sticking with my yarny craziness and everything else going on in my life right now. If you can see, I'm in a different background. I'm actually filming in our kind of downstairs shared area. It was meant to be a dining room, but we have a eat-in kitchen, so we never use it. So it's actually kind of a shared crafting space. So like on the other side of the camera over here is my sewing stuff. You can see my guitar right here. Well, it's our guitar. Dave and I both play guitar. So we have our guitar over here because we're playing something at church on Sunday. And then there's my Yarny. This is the stuff I'm currently working on. I just keep here. The rest is upstairs in what I lovingly call the craft cave, also known as the spare bedroom with shelves where I have stuffed all of my massive amounts of yarn. Yet I still keep buying yarn. It's addictive. What can I say? You guys understand. So let's get started with what am I working on. The first project is a crocheted project. I actually have more crocheted projects than knitting projects going on right now. And that is the Flower Valley shawl. Let me take my crochet hook out because I am midway going through a row right now. So this is the Flower Valley crochet shawl. And last week I had just finished the green section, I believe. So I have finished the orange and the yellow, and now I've started into another green section. This yarn is so soft. It is alpaca, and it's different autumn shades. I initially bought it to make a cardigan with, and I decided to make it into a shawl instead. So I am working a little bit ahead of the crochet along. It is a crochet along on J-hook crochet, as I said, and so you do a certain number of rows per week. I'm actually working ahead because I want this done for Thanksgiving because I want to wear this for Thanksgiving. Otherwise it finishes like in the first or second week of December. I want to wear it for Thanksgiving while I can still do fall color. So I'm going to push this up a little closer so you can see it. It is like a 40 row repeat. So you do 40 rows and then you repeat rows. I think it was like 9 through 40 and then a border goes on. So I am currently at row 32. I'm working on row 32 of my second repeat. So yes, this is a substantial shawl. In fact, one of my co-workers who's also doing this shawl contacted me and said, "How big is your shawl getting?" And I was like, "Well, it's." She said hers was about 30 inches in length, and that's about how long mine is from the top to the bottom. So this is going to be a nice, good sized shawl, which I really like. It's not going to be a shawl you wear around the front of you because it would hang to your knees, but it will definitely be one that I could wrap it around me comfortably now. So yeah, I like it, and I like the lacy stuff. And since this is like probably one of the harder crochet. It's not a hard pattern, but for somebody who's not as advanced at crocheting as a lot of you guys are, this one has been a good learning curve for me because I have learned to do some different techniques and stitches that I didn't know how to do before. So I really like some of these patterns that are in here. And this is what I'm working on now is a repeat of this section which has the little flowers. So that is the Flower Valley shawl. Then I'm working on, I'll show you my knitted pattern that I'm working on. This has been kind of a fiasco, and I'll explain. This is some of the yarn, and I'll hold it up close so you can see it. This is some of the Lion brand Hand Dyed Heaven. It is 100% nylon. It is extremely soft. and I had it in 3 separate colors. I had it in this color, in this color, and let me get the other one. Whoop, part of it just fell down. And this color. Now this is discontinued from Lion Brand. They no longer have this yarn. When I first got these 3 colors together, my thought was I was going to make a summer top out of it. And I was going to primarily, my thoughts were to combine these 2 colors. In theory, it sounded good. I started knitting these together, and the pattern I am using is called Daria. Let me put the yarn down here. The pattern I'm using, it is called Daria, and I really, really like this pattern. The light sections here are like a lace, and it is an asymmetrical shawl, but it is a large shawl, as you can see in the picture. This was a free pattern. Now, my first mistake was, apparently I need to get my glasses changed, because it very clearly says here the yardage that you need. Well, not the yardage, but the grams that you need. It says 300 grams of color number 1. It's 3 color shawl, okay? 300 grams of color number 1, 50 grams of color number 2, and 100 grams of color number 3. For some reason, I thought it said yards. I have no idea why. So I have nowhere near enough yarn. So my shawl is not going to be big like this. My shawl is going to be a tiny little collar shawlette, basically, because each of these skeins are only 175 yards. So yeah, total, yeah, mine is not going to be anywhere near this size. But that's okay. I'm just going to make it as big as I can make it go. So as I said, I started out putting these 2 colors together, thinking that would look lovely. This was the solid, this was going to be the lace. That did not work out so well. I'm going to insert some pictures of what it looked like, but let me explain first why it isn't looking right. When I picked this color, I just didn't notice. See, there's little pops of teal in there. There's no pops of teal in the other yarn. Also, while they both have a white background, this is a brighter white than the other one. The other one, when they go next to each other, the other one looks more cream colored. So I'm going to insert 2 different pictures that you can see what it looked like with that as the lace, and you'll see why I ended up ripping part of it out. Now, I did discover one thing with this yarn. It does tend to be a little bit splitty. I think I know why it might have been discontinued. It has got to be the softest yarn I've ever felt. I mean, it honestly is. It's 100% nylon, but it's softer than like alpaca. But I do notice it's fuzzing up easily because it's not tightly twisted. It's not a tight ply. But I also notice it's splitting, but because it's fuzzing up, when you go to rip it out, you got to be really, really careful because it like grabs and snags all kinds of things. So it was a little trial to rip this thing out. But now I am doing it with this color. And this is called Greyhound. I think based on the Greyhound bus lines, which were kind of a gray and a blue, because Greyhound the dog is not blue. The other color that I'm doing is Champ, and I don't remember what this color was. So let me show you what it looks like now that I have re-knit it up in the right colors this time. And it looks much better. And the funny thing is, this was the color that I didn't think was going to go with it the best. When I was going to make this as a sweater, I was really hesitant whether to put this one in because I didn't think it looked as great. But when I put it together with these, here's what it looks like now. And I'm only doing it in 2 colors. The third color was only to do like these little, like this stripe right here in between the lace sections. So instead, I'm just going to do it in the color that the lace is in. So now you can see what it looks like. And these 2 colors do go together because the blue in here is the same blue as up here. Now, if I had this to do over again, I would probably do my lace in the lighter color. But at that point, I was not going to continue ripping it out because, like I said, it does fuzz up a bit. And while you can see that it does have white in it, it has a cream mixed in as well. Like here you can see it's a little more white right in here. But in some of these spots where the orange is, it definitely has a cream undertone, which really did not look right with the other one. So that is the one project. And it's easy to do. It's a very simple pattern, and the lace pattern is very simple too. It's a pretty easy repeat. So yeah, it's gonna knit up pretty quick, I believe. So because this is like a worsted weight or 3-weight yarn. I think it's a 3-weight. But it's going pretty quick. So that's my second project. And then we have a third project because as you know, well, a lot of you maybe know, I am in the process of having weight loss surgery. And I was scheduled for weight loss surgery on November 19th. If you missed my latest bariatric journey video, I'll click the link right here. But the long and the short of it is, because of the current situation, they're not doing any elective surgeries. So my surgery got postponed. So it's now been scheduled for December 30th. Chances are that's not going to happen. So I can't change it. We'll just go from there. I'll just keep working on losing weight in the meantime. I am very excited to start making a new wardrobe. And I've been holding off doing it. And then Kim, a friend of mine, said, well, why don't you just make one of your patterns that you know would be kind of a lot of positive ease. In other words, you know, loose fitting anyway. Don't make something form fitting yet, because I don't know what my form is going to be. We're hoping it's much littler, but yeah. So anyway, if you remember, I've worn it a couple times. I have a crocheted top that I really like. It was a paid for, I'm trying to find what, it's called the Calaheo. It is a pattern that I got for free, but it's now a paid for pattern. It's all done in half double crochet. No, it's actually done in extended half double crochet. I'm modifying it. So the pattern, it's like a scoop neck, and then, let me go get the pattern. I'll show it to you, it's easier. I went in the other room to look for it, and it was sitting right beside me the whole time. Here it is. It's the Calaheo. So it's a real pretty pattern. It's very, very simple. I think there's a picture in here where you can see the whole thing. Here you go. This was modeled by Expression Fiber Arts. And I really like the sweater. It is done with, it said like a sport weight. So I am using this yarn right here, which is Yarn Bee from Hobby Lobby. I got it at their 70% clearance sale. So it's normally $8.99. I got it for $2.24. It is Wrapology Hues, and it's Passion Flower. So there you can see it. And there are, has quite a bit of yardage. Per skein, it is 90% cotton, 10% polyester, and there's 524 yards per skein. And there you can see it. So it's kind of an ecru color, and then it's got these little pops of different primary colors that are wrapped around the ecru color yarn. And I really like the way it is crocheting up. Let me show it to you so far. So you start at the top, it's all done in one piece. You start at the top, you keep widening out for the yoke and the sleeves, and then you separate for the sleeves, and then you just crochet around going down the body. So it's pretty simple. So here is the top. So it'll go like that. And I did find this, even though it's a little blousey, I did find that it was very flattering on me, the other one that I made. Now the one thing that I have noticed that's a little different, the other yarn I made was a little heavier sport weight or fingering weight than this one is. And so I started out doing the extended half double crochet, and that's what this top row is, but it's just a little too open for me. I was hoping that this would be dense enough to not have to wear a shirt underneath it. The other one that I've made that is like in a red color, and you'll see it in a couple of weeks on my what am I going to do with my sweaters once I outgrow them. There's a part 2. If you missed part 1, that was, I'll stick a link right there. You can go see it. That was link number 1 of what I'm going to do with sweaters as I outgrow them. You know, sweaters that I've made and stuff. So I do have a short sleeved version for sweaters that I've made as well. So you'll see the sweater I'm talking about then. But yeah, so here it is, and I really like the way it's looking. But I changed the stitches here from an extended half double to just a half double. I liked the way the fabric was looking, and I also liked that it was a little bit more dense. However, when I put my hand behind it, I am probably still gonna have to wear like a t-shirt or something underneath it, just because I really don't want people to see my bra underneath or bare skin. So yeah, I probably still wear a shirt underneath it, but I really like this. So my other option would be just to line the shirt with some cotton, which could be done too. So we'll see when I finish whether I need to do something with it or not. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. I'm pleased with how it's turning out. It feels really nice. It's very soft, and I think it's going to be very comfortable. And it's blousey enough. I'm doing a size large. The first one that I made a 2X. So I'm making a large, and I know that this pattern tends to be a little bit blousey on me, so that it should allow for that little because I don't know what size I'm going to end up at. So that will hopefully work. That will hopefully work out. So, so last Saturday, Kim and I did a craft fair, and that was up in Chambersburg. And I'm going to stick a real quick picture of the two of us sitting at our craft tables. We were industrious. We were working on our crochet while we were sitting there. So I'm going to insert a picture so you can see us there. Now we thought that was going to be the last craft fair of the year that we were going to be involved in, but then Kim ran into another one that will be December 4th, which is in a couple weeks on a Saturday in Walkersville, Maryland. So if you live in the area, there's a Kris Kringle mark. It's being held in several different locations in the Walkersville area. So we are going to be there. So that will probably be our official last one. So I am gonna, we're sharing a table because the cost was a little bit more than some of the other places have been. So we're gonna share a table, and we're gonna bring fewer items of our things. We're just gonna bring what we have found is selling. So especially like hats, because people are gonna be looking for hats. So I'm gonna be making a few more hats, I think, between now and then. I think she's doing the same. So now it's time, after I've shown all of my stuff and gone into more detail than normal, but anyway, now it's time to take a look at what you all have been making this week. Now in the acquisitions, when I went to that craft fair last week, there was a lady. Kim went and wandered around first, and I was covering both our tables, and then she covered both tables while I went and wandered around and looked at stuff. She comes running back with this bag, and she goes, there's a lady over there destashing some of her yarn. And I was like, ooh, and she goes, yeah, it's $2 a skein, but if you buy one, you get a second one free. So basically it's $1 a skein. And she's got some nice stuff over there. So of course, ding, 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 it's a sale. Katrina went running over there, and yeah, I like scoped out vaguely the other booths. I made a beeline for the yarn because you know me, you know, yarn. What can I say? So let me show you what I got. I spent all of $4. I got, this is Loops and Thread. It's called Joy DK. It's a tricot double bonheur. It's French, I think. Well, double isn't. Bonheur is. I took 2 years of French. I can't say much in French, but anyway, I can say je ne sais pas, which is I do not know, because if you didn't have an answer in French class, you had to be able to say that. I was really good at that phrase. So the colorway is Mojito. It is made in Turkey, and I believe it's 100% acrylic. There's 232 yards. Doesn't say whether it is, but I'm assuming it's probably acrylic. But it's really pretty. Mojito, I think, is a mixed drink. I don't drink, so I wouldn't know. But I liked the colors. They are definitely my kind of colors, with the turquoise and the greens, and yeah. And there's like it's a gray in here too. So this might turn into one of those hats. Then the other thing, I got 3 skeins of this. Now, this is Lion Brand Fast Track. And it is a tape yarn. Now, I bought some tape yarn in a Lion Brand order not too long ago, and they've actually used it here in the picture to make a basket with. So I'm actually going to, I think, make some like sun hats out of it. Let's see, how many yards are on here? This one feels pretty good. It's a 6 weight. There's 149 yards, or 136 meters, and I have 3 skeins of this. So, yeah, this will be a hat, I believe, like a sun hat, you know, with the wide brim. So that's what I got for acquisitions at the craft fair. So yeah, I do have some other orders coming in. I'll tell you about those later on. So upcoming videos, we have some interesting ones coming up. Wednesday will be a Lion Brand unboxing because I had a 40% off coupon. So I did some shopping. So that will be Wednesday's video. I also have one of my Knit Crate boxes has come in from October. The other one has not been sent yet. I don't understand that. But anyway, when the other box comes in, I will do them together. So that video will depend on whenever the other box finally arrives. And then, of course, there is part 2 to what will I do with the sweaters that I have knitted or crocheted. And part 2, like I said earlier, is the short sleeved sweaters. So part 1 was the long sleeved, like winter sweaters. So this will be the summer sweaters that I have. So those are upcoming videos. Now it's time for... Now in our Come and Get It section, Knit Picks is running November sales daily. So every day they're running something different, but through the 24th of November, they are also running up to 60% off over 1,000 different yarns. So it's 2 different sales that are running. That one is running till the 24th, and then daily there's other sales that they're putting out. So anyway, the links to all of the sales are down in the description box, and that will take you directly to that sale page. So that is Knit Picks. Now Lion brand is running a just this weekend only up to 35% off of your favorite yarns, but they also have a clearance section that is up to 70% off of the yarns in clearance, and they have some really nice stuff, you know, over in clearance right now. But yeah, so this weekend only is the 35% off of your favorite yarns. In other words, the ones that people buy the most. So that's Lion brand. Lovecrafts has ongoing sales all the time. They change on a daily basis, so I don't always put them up in the little sales videos that I put out. If it's one that I know is really, really good, I put it up, but they have sales running like on a daily basis, so you can check them out. And then Annie's just finished a sale yesterday, so I don't know what their newest sale is going to be, so you can check out Annie's because they do have good stuff in their clearance section. They have some really nice yarns there, and they have some decent discounts there as well. So that's what I know of in the sales section, but I let you know anytime I run across some other things that happen to pop up. Now, I mentioned earlier in the video that we were going to have some upcoming giveaways, so yes, there will be. We are only 42 people away from hitting 3,500 subscribers. So if you haven't already, please click that little red subscribe button down below, and if you click the bell-shaped icon next to it and click all, that will let you know anytime I post a video, which is always on Saturdays and Wednesdays, and then other times throughout the week as things happen. So we will be having an upcoming video for that whenever we hit 3,500 subscribers. But starting in December, I will be doing daily videos on my Yarn Advent calendar. We are also going to be running the Jingle Along. So we will have a giveaway involving the Jingle Along, which will be making things, getting ready for whatever we make in December. So there will be more details about that as we get a little bit closer to December. And then after Christmas, I have another make along that we're going to start as well, and that will also involve a prize. So we do have some giveaways coming up, so stick with me, and thank you all for watching. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. It does help the channel a lot. And I will see you again on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.